Oddcore is a roguelike arena shooter. The gameplay loop is this: you go into an arena, you have to kill all of the enemies. Meanwhile, on the left kind of side, left gun, you can see the time ticking down. So when that time hits 0, you are defeated. So what you have to do is defeat these rooms and you get a currency, a soul core. Now you can use these as a currency for getting more time, or upgrades, or health. As you can see, there are retro graphics. Now there is settings to turn off the VHS filter and other filters. So to get back to the mini hub area for your run, you have to go through those portals. Now these portals take you to a place where on the left side you can get modifiers or health for soul cores, and on the right side you can get time. So basically you have to defeat each level so you can get enough currencies to come back to this area and get more time. Now you have a limited number of portals in a run, and enemies can destroy these portals. It's actually how I end up dying. So this game is really fun to play. Everything feels responsive, and honestly this can be your next aim practice because the mouse movement is so responsive, the WASD ultra responsive, and the frame rate ultra high. So what makes each run different is that you can get different weapons and abilities. So here I've got a dash, you can also get grapple hooks, you can have 2 at a time, any 2, and there are a big selection to select from. You can also get some different weapons. Now currently there's only 4. You can get a sword, you can get your normal assault rifle that shoots lasers, you can get the gun I have right now, and you can also get a shotgun. So the sword is actually hard because melee you're gonna take damage kinda as you deal damage, so hopefully there's enough balance there, as you do gain health as you kill enemies. Some of these rooms and environments are just crazy. You would not think to even create this. This is insanity. The vast contrast between rooms is what makes this game ultra fun and different and engaging. So as you can see, about now things are starting to get hectic. They're starting to get chaotic. It's no more your casual shooter. It's a stressful environment and a stressful situation, but these games are, and it's completely okay. It's also where the game starts to shine. As you can see in the top right, that is your room that you're on, so variant 1 is level 1. So currently outside of the level hub area you get to the main hub, and you can see the leaderboards right here. You can see the gadgets they call them, these are your abilities. So you can bind any 2 to the hotbar, which is on Q and shift, but you can rebind your keys. I just chose a grapple and a dash because grappling is fun in most games. Sadly here you can't grapple 2 enemies, you've kind of got to grapple to the wall next to them and then kill the enemy, so it doesn't work. But there's still a great choice to choose from. So I also went with a dash, and the dash actually covers a great amount of distance, which is, I think it's too much, but later on there's going to be enemies spread out and you're going to need that time, so it makes up for it. So these are the weapons. This shotgun kind of reminds me of Roadhog from Overwatch. So you got a really nice melee here, and it does leech onto enemies. It does dash you towards them a little bit. This gun just looks so generic. I feel like I've seen it in every video game ever, but it's a laser assault rifle essentially, if you know, it's an SMG looking thing. You can also get some sticker collectibles. You can also change the music at this jukebox. So now I have started a run with a completely different weapon and abilities. It completely changes the playstyle. So if you don't like one playstyle, just change your weapon and change up the abilities if you don't like them. It will completely change it. So there's multiple playstyles here and you can benefit from all of them. So one thing that I will say is the time to kill does increase, which is what makes it harder, but it also makes it, you've got a weird situation where you're shooting an enemy for 5-10 bullets just to kill it, and it completely messes with the flow of the game. Also in between rooms you will get sometimes a little bonus room or a rare room. I haven't shown any of them, you'll have to experience them in your own time. I didn't want to spoil the fun. A little side note, but the game sound effects and soundtrack are really good, and this is ultimately what makes the game enjoyable, along with the variety over a long period of time. So this is some gameplay with the sword. It actually does have a ranged ability, so you can more easily attack air targets or distant targets. I would have light, where you can dash or jump to an enemy and you stay in the air for 1 or 2 seconds just so you can get a few hits in. Kinda forgot to mention you can wall jump in this game along with slide to get into areas that you couldn't before. However, I've not seen an instance where the slide would have been useful to get to an area apart from the tutorial. So looking back at this gameplay, it does look a little unbalanced. The time to kill is dramatically increased from variant 1. Now this is variant 7, but I still feel so weak. It just ruins the flow of the game, not being able to kill enemies. By this point you should have lots of currency though, and you should also have lots of upgrades. So is this game worth your money, or even better, is it worth your time? Easily. It's actually one of the better roguelikes I've ever played. It's so fun and it's so smooth. It has so good mechanics with different abilities for variety. So I highly recommend this game. It does have a demo, and that is what I've played right now because the game is not released. But you can download the demo on Steam and experience this fun for yourself. I don't give ratings until the game has released, but what I can say is download the demo, try all of this madness for yourself. If you like it, put it on your wish list and you're probably gonna enjoy the full release.